What's up, Pisces? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, alright guys, let's see what is going on for you. So this is going to be a mid-August to mid-September reading. So let's see what energies you guys have been going through. Alright. And this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What is going on for the lovely sign of Pisces? Past, present, future, what is happening for the sign of Pisces? And this will be general, guys. Whatever comes out, comes out. The good, the bad, we get through it. But if you ever want a confirmation personally, you can always get a reading from me. And I will have those description or let you know how to get that at the end of this video. Okay? Because I don't want nobody throwing people's stuff out the window or anything based off of a general reading. So let's go, guys. Now, the energy that we have here is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so with this energy, there's something that you may have been passionate about that you're letting go of. But if you are letting go of it, I don't see it as being a bad thing. I feel like you're letting go of something, and at the same time, you're letting go of worry that you could have had attached to this thing. With the Page of Cups in the reverse, it's something that you guys decide to let go of, and you're really happy that you do. Okay? So let's see what's going on. Now, the first card we have for the past is the Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so if there's any loss, if there's any sadness, anything that didn't feel good for you guys, you're in the stages of, you know, seeing the light and getting over it and just feeling a bit better. All right, again, 10 of Cups coming out. So something comes into your life that makes you really, really happy. That's helping you to get over any losses that you felt prior. Wow, the Nine of Swords in the reverse again. So definitely being in a place where something comes in that takes away your worry, that takes away your anxiety, and you're just feeling good here. All right. Let me see if I can pick this card up. Next card for the past, we have the Tower card in the reverse. So there is a situation where you guys really just dodged a bullet, where you're moving on from something that could have been catastrophic in a sense. Okay, and you have the King of Swords in the reverse. Could have been a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini for some of you, but this could have been something really serious that you avoided. With the King of Swords in the reverse, you know, this is someone that could be manipulative. This is someone that can be abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. Someone who's very selfish, okay? So maybe you had someone, you know, like this that you just were able to sidestep them and get away from it. Or maybe you actually had to be this way towards another person or another, you know, organization, maybe your job, boss, co-workers, whatever. But, you know, this could be someone who is malicious and just wants to just start shit and wants to be cruel, or someone that has undergone so much crap that they get to the point where they're like, you know what, I'm sorry, it's time for me to be selfish and it's time for me to not take your shit anymore. So either you know, removed yourself from something that possibly could have been abusive or just really bad for you, or you really just put down your foot and someone's like, wow, that Pisces is being a bitch right now, or they're being an asshole right now, and you're like, you know what, you pushed me to it. And you guys are really good when it comes to just internalizing your feelings. Okay, so for most of the Pisces I know, if I ever see them truly going off on a person, I'm like, shit, what did they do to get you there? Okay, because it's not something that I see with too many Pisces, although I know it definitely exists. One of these cards flipped here. King of Pentacles. Maybe some of you were dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or maybe you avoided, you know, something that was going to be disastrous, and now you're just feeling a lot more abundant, even monetarily. All right, and we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. So some sort of fallout. It could have been with a lover, it could have been with a friend, it could have been with a job, but it just wasn't going to work out for you. You guys had to look out for yourselves, and you guys had to let it go. Okay, the next card you guys have for your past is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So just a continuation of this. You know, somebody wasn't appreciating you. You know, they weren't seeing eye to eye with you, and you had to find the balance. Okay, you had to cut that out in order to be good for yourself. Okay, and it could be a karmic situation that you got out of. And with the Three of Cups, I just feel like something came in that you guys were really just celebrating or just felt very good about. Maybe you had the support from friends. Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe you know, made a move that was really just positive for you. Okay, but I just feel you getting out of a tough spot. Also, now that all these retrogrades and shit are ending, finally we can have a much lighter energy. So it wasn't just for your sign, guys. It was for all the signs where people were just on some shit. Okay, everybody was just out of whack a bit. So that heavy energy that you may have been feeling around mid-September, it'll be fully gone. Everyone's back on course. You know, anybody that was butthurt about anything, hopefully they're over it. Okay. In the present moment, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could be just being single. For others of you, this is just being self-sufficient on your own. Even if you're in a relationship, you don't need it, you know, for the monetary. Why is this Nine of Pentacles here? We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So perfect, guys. The energies are getting lighter and lighter. You know, there's this sense of maybe there's a harsh ending or some sort of betrayal that you may have gone through, but you're getting over it. The worst that could have happened has happened and you're past it. All right, Five of Swords in the reverse, avoiding conflict at all costs, okay? And you have the Death card in the reverse, so maybe you're not emotionally over it, but you're out of it. Okay, that's it, you're out. Now, the middle of the reading, or the middle of the spread rather, and also your next card for the present moment, we have the Moon card. So clarity, secrets coming out, things that you're more aware of. If you went through something painful, this is your awakening. Okay, and you have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, so maybe a secret comes out about a promiscuous, you know, activity that someone's undergoing, whether you're dealing with another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or it's you, you know, going through this. And we have the Ten of Wands. So in this case, you know, you guys are removing yourselves from a tough energy, but now there could be, you know, just a burden with someone who's maybe not being honest, or something that's just making you feel emotionally unstable. For some of you, maybe you're taking on a new job or something where there's just going to be a lot of work to do, okay? And you really have to step things up. You have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So whether you're male or female, something that just kind of throws you off emotionally. So let's see what's going on. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse, on happiness, dissatisfaction. And we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So let's look at the upside, because I like looking at the bad, but I like looking at the good through it. Okay. Now, there's something that your mind has been kind of stuck on that could have been haunting you, where it's like, I'm not sure, I don't know if this is the truth. And it's just something that you guys haven't been able to get past. Okay. Whether it was your sort of secrets that maybe you were hiding, or someone else, or just another situation that you were trying to get past, or you were trying to really figure out, you're figuring it out. So there could be a sense of unhappiness here for sure, but it's always a good thing when we finally have the truth. Okay, so you're not stuck anymore. You're seeing things for what it is. The blindfold is now off. All right, so at least you have clarity that you needed. Okay, so now that you know, you can definitely act accordingly. And for some of you, sorry, let me just lower this, guys. So you can act accordingly, but for some of you, acting accordingly might be saying, you know what, peace out. I gotta walk away from this, or maybe someone's gonna be walking away from you, but this is walking away from something that you were once very emotionally invested in. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse. So whatever this is, I don't see you guys fighting. I just see you calmly packing your bags, calmly putting everything in a box, and just, nope, I'm not going to argue. I'm out. I'm not here for that. Okay, and with the Page of Wands in the reverse, maybe someone stops talking to you, or you stop talking to them. Maybe this is something that you guys are passionate about that now you're losing passion for, but you're finding stability by walking away from something that just wasn't working for you. If this has to do with love, my personal advice, now, you know, I'm not saying that this is what a psychiatrist or a psychologist would tell you to do, but I don't think there's anything that makes more of a statement than when you walk away gracefully from a situation that just wasn't serving you. Trust me, before I went through any sort of awakening, before I knew how to deal with people and relationships, when I used to get out of something, especially if I was played or somebody made me look stupid, oh my God, I would go above and beyond. And who looks like an idiot at the end of the day? I do. I look desperate. I look like, you know, I need another person. I look like I'm just, you know, over the top, yelling, screaming, crying, calling. It looks stupid. It made me feel terrible. And then when I kind of went through a huge awakening and I went through a very, very painful thing in my life where I'm just like, look, I can never go through that again. And I can't ever let somebody get me there again. True story, I literally had someone that I had lived with for like 3 or 4 years. And everything was good. And then one day, you know, the person just didn't show up home. And my thing is like, you can go out, you can do you. But when I wake up, you should be there. Okay, that's the only rule I have, unless you're like out of, you know, the country or something. But I woke up, the person wasn't there, and I found out about this little trick that for iPhones, oh my God, I'm going to get so many people in trouble right now, but basically on iPhones, there's this thing you can go through. It's on everyone's phone. It tracks your location. It tracks everywhere that you stay for more than like 10 minutes. So there's just a setting you go to. You can look it up. And so I went through this person's phone. I have never looked through a phone after that because I just don't go through people's phones. You know, I don't cross that line, but I went through this person's phone and I'm just like, yo, so have you spoken to your ex recently? And they're like, no. I'm like, funny, because that's where you were all night. And they're like, you know, so they actually had to leave to work. So I didn't say anything. I left it at that. And I was so calm. I was so calm. I packed my bags. I did everything. And as I'm packing my bag, I'm like, yo, I am such a bad bitch. Like, I have so much to offer. I am going to grow to be such an amazing person. Like, this person, when, you know, if they marry this girl or if they marry the next girl, like, they're going to be checking out in the grocery aisles, you know, at the supermarket, and they're going to see a magazine that they always have on the side, and my picture's going to be there. Like, ooh, this person is really going to feel this. That was a really dumb mood. And I just kind of changed my attitude where it's just like, yo, I'm awesome. Like, it's so your loss if you fuck up, you know, because I'm just a very, very loyal person at heart. And most Pisces are as well. So I feel like with just leaving with grace, it has such a bigger effect because that person came home and they thought that they would just have to lie their way through it and that there'd be a reconciliation, and I was nowhere to be found. There was no trace of a woman ever having lived there. Okay, I was gone. And we didn't speak for a long time, and it was just something that they were really destroyed. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, look at what I did. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't yell at nobody. I didn't show up to her house with a bat. Like, I'm so proud of myself. So that's why I suggested to people, if you really want someone to feel your loss, do it quietly, do it gracefully, keep it moving. And that's something that I think Pisces would be very good at. And whatever it is that you guys are doing, because you're walking away, but you're really just standing your ground here, okay? You're standing your ground through a lot of adversity that's coming in. And you're telling yourself, you know, you have the last card here, 9 of Wands in the reverse. I've been through too much. I'm not going through this. Nope. Not me, not today. You got the wrong one. 3 of Wands in the reverse. You know it's not going to expand. You're standing your ground with it. 2 of Wands in the reverse. It was a lost cause. Okay. Why is this 9 of Wands in the reverse? Knight of Wands. Okay, so maybe you're giving up on something because of the interference of a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or just, you know, being with a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or something that maybe you were passionate about that you have to let go of. But with the Hanged Man, you guys are just going with the flow. And, you know, this is someone that they're not going to overexert themselves. This is someone who packs up calmly. Okay? So I'm telling you guys, if you really want a reaction out of a person, don't give them a reaction. People go nuts when you don't react to their dumb shit. Devil card in the reverse. You're removing yourself from something toxic. Alright? As humans, we are all flawed. We all have different love languages. We all have different desires. We all have different things that we want to do in life. But I feel that, especially for relationships, you know, because I feel like for a lot of you, this will have to do with love. But I feel like if you're with a person and you get to the point where it's like, look, I don't want to be with you, just go, just leave the person, because once you go out of that relationship, it's just such a shitty move, and you're asking for such shitty karma, you know. So if somebody goes out of their way to step out of a relationship, okay, and they disrespect you in that way, just go. Just leave peacefully, leave quietly, especially if you feel like it's something, you know, that wasn't going to work any further. I was about to shuffle this again, but what you guys actually need is oracle cards. I've been in like a really giddy good mood today, guys, so I'm kind of just like I don't know. I wouldn't know how to describe how I'm feeling right now, but I just feel like something good is going to happen in life very, very soon. I don't know what it is, but I feel it coming, and I'm hyped for it, and we're all going to be part of this. Alright, and this is The Oracle of Visions by Cara Marchetti. Alright, what is the guidance card that Pisces needs to see? Alright, so that one flipped. Okay, so that is not one I have pulled before, so let's see what's going on here. Alright, so for anyone into numerology, this is number 14, and this is what it looks like. Okay. So let's see what this card means and what it's, you know, guiding us to do. And when I say us, I'm part of this with my moon in Pisces. So let's see what's going on, guys. Now, I'm sorry, with my rising in Pisces. No, moon in Pisces, moon in Pisces. My head is all over the place, but I love y'all. All right, so this is creativity, imagination. Each day is a new canvas to paint upon. Make sure your picture is full of life and happiness. And at the end of the day, you don't look at it and wish you had painted something different. It's in myriad forms. Creativity is an expression of our humanity and imagination, both in its production and in its recognition. To take shape, color, form, sound, or words and give them a new life is an act of creation. Various symbols of the tools and medium through which creativity is expressed are worn by our artists as a decorative headdress of imagination. Sometimes creativity can consume our thoughts as slow-burning embers waiting for release. At other times, it is spontaneous explosions of inspiration. Either way, it is a wondrous human characteristic, and there are infinite varieties of individual expression, but alas, also an infinite variety of assessment by others. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this, especially with how, you know, this reading wrapped up, is that there's going to be something that is clear to you that is just not working. Now, sometimes people make the choice to stay in things that don't work for them because they're scared of what's going to come in. They're scared of, you know, what if I fail? What if I don't find something, you know, to replace this? What if I don't, you know, get that job that I want, or get that position that I want, or, you know, write the book the way that I wanted to write it? Whatever it is that, you know, you want to do. In this case, I feel like you guys really owe it to yourselves to find out what's on the other side of this. This isn't working for me. You know, I'm not really being appreciated as well as I should, or maybe I'm not appreciating, you know, someone or something as much as I should. But what's on the other end? What would happen if I left this? What would happen if I actually followed that passion? What would happen if, you know, I didn't let my ego or, you know, my pain or just my feelings and emotions get in the way? What if I just did this? Okay? And for a lot of you, even, you know, because I've seen some low vibrational Pisces, okay? But for the most part, I feel like a lot of you have a very gentle energy. Maybe that's just how I personally connect with Pisces. But you guys really have this soft-spoken approach to things from, you know, just my experiences with Pisces. So I'm not saying that, again, you have to throw someone's, you know, clothes out the window or key any cars. I feel like you owe it to yourself to pack up, move away from something very gracefully, and go towards something that maybe you've always been questioning. You know how they have that hashtag now, shoot your shot 2018. Maybe it's time to do that. Maybe go after that person you've always been interested in, but you've never had the guts to go up to them. maybe you should go and finally just get that car you've been wanting for years. Stop talking about it. Just, you know, go lease it, buy it, do whatever you got to do. Maybe you are going to make that huge leap and you're going to say, look, I think I could buy a house. I think that, you know, I can get this job now, even though I wasn't ready for it 2 years ago. So whatever this is, you know, I still feel good. And it's not just the emotions that I had prior to doing this. I feel good because I feel like whatever it is you're leaving was just blocking a lot for you guys. So much is going to come in because you moved away from this. But what I ask of you guys is, if you do end up walking away from something, a person, a job, you know, a friend, pay attention to what goes on around you from that point on. If you are getting more opportunities, if you feel like things in life are just very cohesive and they make sense, that's a sign that you could have been blocked. Now, if things start to get much worse and you feel like everything is just kind of heavy and that you're kind of losing out on opportunities, or maybe you're showing up to work late, or maybe you got into a fender bender when you haven't had an accident ever, and things like that start happening, then that's a sense of you having to internalize and saying, okay, maybe I was carrying a negative energy. Maybe there's something that I was putting out there that wasn't the best. Okay? And for Pisces, I feel like that's something that naturally comes in. You guys are very, very intuitive people. But maturity comes with being honest with yourself and recognizing if you are the toxic person in some situations, okay? So you guys really just have to look at this for what it is. Was someone blocking you, or were you a blockage to yourself? And with you moving away from this, what's going to come about in your life? Is it good or is it bad? And whichever route that takes, how do we adjust it? But for the majority of you, I feel like this is going to be really good and really light. But this is good. Okay, so I'm very, very eager to see what's going to come out for your September reading. But if you guys would like a personal reading, I will leave everything in the description in regards to how to get all of that. My Instagram is highvibrations44 if anyone wants to follow. And right now, guys, the wait time for personal readings, just because I want to be realistic with, you know, how many readings I'm doing a day and how many hours I'm working a day, I'm making it 3 to 4 weeks because the demand has really, really been going up. And I don't like to work all day. I like to enjoy life. And before, I was pulling like 10, 12 hours days, and I was so miserable and I was feeling so burnt out, and I slowly just started to lose my passion for this. But this is like, I love tarot. I really, really do. So ever since I kind of backed up and I'm like, okay, let me just do a few hours a day, I've just been in such a bomb mood, and I feel like the readings have been way more accurate and just way more detailed and way better. So I just feel more connected, you know, more than ever. So this is not something I can overdo. So 3 to 4 week wait. If you guys cannot wait that long, you have 3 other options. 1, you can get an emergency reading on my website. All right, so you'll hear from me within a day or 2, and they're very, very reasonably priced. 2, I have a option for a same-day question. It's $10 on my website, but you can ask any question. You know, Lissette, should I take this job, etc., etc. Okay, I'll pull some cards. I'll send you about a 3-minute video just like this one, and I will answer your question. 3rd option, for anyone that has iPhone, I'm on an app called Instant Go. On this app, you can literally just text me a question and I'll respond either same day or next. If it's during the weekend, it could take up to 3 days, but just be patient with me. I'll get it to you very quickly. But yeah, other than that, you guys are able to call me on the Instant Go app. That option is there. But realistically, I'm not going to be picking up any calls from Instant Go anytime soon, because I really just need to get caught up with the clientele I have now. And for those who do want to talk, you know, either face to face in regards of, you know, Skype or Zoom or any of those, you know, platforms, or if you want to speak on the phone, you would need to get at least an hour reading, okay? Now, a lot of people get confused when they go on my page, because unfortunately, the platform that I use for my website, it does not allow me to just have people buy a service and then just get a wait time. It goes by, you know, time slots. So just know that I don't look at that time slot at all. Select any time slot there. It does not matter. That's just to kind of lock in a position for you. But I do not go by that at all. If it's an emergency reading, give me up to 48 hours. If it's a regular reading, give me 3 to 4 weeks, okay? Because I have had people purchase it and then I get an email from them literally an hour later cursing me out saying, where's my shit? And I'm like, who are you? You know, and I'm just like so confused because I'm just like waking up and I have no idea why people are so angry with me. But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. But I love y'all. I'm sending you guys so much love and so much discernment to get through whatever it is that is going to be happening. But I really feel like you guys are really stepping into something good. So allow for that to happen. And like I say, if you have to pack up calmly, be a man or a woman of few words, because that's how the other party will truly feel that you're done with their shit. Okay? Nothing feels worse than no reaction. I love y'all. Take care.